So this video is not sponsored by Ring, but it could be. And if it was, I would absolutely accept their money. So I get home from work today and I've got a box from who? Amazon. If my wife was a Transformer, her name would be Amazon Prime. And I have a YouTube channel that's based about preparedness and survival and stuff. And if you're not doing some type of security cameras, do you even YouTube, bro? So we got two of these Ring stick-up cameras. That fell. One of these over the garage door motion light, floodlight things. And a new Alexa Echo thing to go along with it. The Ring cameras and Alexas and Echoes and all of that. We have actually had one of the Ring doorbells for a good while, and we've been pretty satisfied with it. It's done everything that we wanted to do. Whenever we got it, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was a doorbell. But then, you know, after using it for a while, we just really started enjoying, you know, the atmosphere of using it with the Alexa, and the app on the phone works great. And there's 1,000 different, you know, camera companies that we could have gone with, but we're familiar with the Ring atmosphere, so that's what we went with. Well, anyway, let's open some of these up and see what we got going. Okay, so these stick-up cams. We got two of these, mainly just so we can keep an eye on the dogs. I'm not sure where we're gonna, I know where we'll put one. I'm not sure where we'll put the other, but we will get that figured out. They've just got a mounting plate on the bottom, and you can kind of tilt them and angle them however you want. Pretty simple, just a basic camera. One of the cheaper models that you get from Ring. Not going to open this up, actually going to get rid of it before I wind up breaking it. And this motion light. We have a motion light above the garage currently, but it's broke. And we were going to just replace it, but we wanted cameras too. And this does both, so why not, right? Oh man, look at that. That's kind of nice. Got some gravity to it. I guess this, I don't know what that is. The good thing about all of this Alexa / Amazon stuff is the installation is normally incredibly easy. Let's see. I'm not going to break that yet. I'll at least wait a little bit and break it later. But that's nicer looking than I thought. Which way does it go? It goes this way. So, and then I guess these. Yeah, I like that. That looks pretty nice. So let's go out and rip the one off of the garage wall and get started with this. Okay, so for these guys, this installation process is actually incredibly easy. This base plate can switch from down here on the bottom or back here on the side if you want to mount it up against something as compared to, you know, on top of something. I'm going to mount it up against this fence, but these base plates, this slides down, pops off, run your mounting screws in there. And these come in the box with two separate power cords. Is this going to focus? This is the one that comes, you know, factory installed, ready to go. This is the indoor one. We want to switch to the outdoor. So you can look on the ends and you can see which way this wants to move, right? Push that little button and slide it out. Just like so. That then lets you take the outdoor power cord part, and you can see it's got screws in there where you can mount it. And you take that original box and you just slide them together. I'm not going to click them in yet because this needs to be mounted onto something, but that shows you how it works. I think I'm actually going to install this kind of low just so that the morning sun doesn't get to it quite as bad. I'm going to install this right here. I think that's probably the best spot to keep it out of the way of the, so the sun doesn't interfere with it and everything else. Power cord plugged into the back here. Okay. That looks, well, get it lined up. Snap it down. All right, well, it looks like that's going to finish up our installation. So I guess we'll just take a walk around all of the spots in the yard and try to figure out where our dead spots are. I know I'm going to have some back off this direction here just because that fence line and where it's located at. It seems to be catching pretty well all good corners of the yard. See this dog right here? She's a digger. And that's the main reason we wanted this camera in the backyard, is because of that one right there. She likes to dig. As I walk along this fence, you can kind of see, we've got some bricks and stuff put in the ground to stop her from digging. Right over here in this corner, I'll show you another spot, and it looks, I'll have to check, right in here. I'll have to check, but I think we've got pretty good coverage on that. At least where we can see enough to, be able to holler at her through the camera. And that is one good thing about these, is they do have a speaker and microphone on them. So today is now tomorrow, and by tomorrow I actually mean next week. So we got the camera, motion light, whatever we want to call it, we got it installed, and I have some absolutely beautiful video of doing that installation, or I did, because every bit of that got lost. Don't know what happened to it. I recorded it, it didn't show up, but anyway, that's okay, because this isn't really an installation video. It's kind of an overview of what this camera system has to offer. The good news about it being a few days later, if we can stop the wind, is we've had a little bit of time to kind of look at it and know that the lights and the camera are not pointed exactly where we want to. So let's get those adjusted, and I'll show y'all what that looks like. So first things first, let's remember safety third. Get up on a rickety ladder and adjust this thing. Yeah, ladder's falling on me. Let's adjust this thing just a little bit. Let's see how that works. So this is going to look pretty seamless for y'all, but just know the amount of editing that's going to have to go into splicing these clips together is going to be kind of at the limits of my skill level. So when Amazon comes, they tend to leave all of our packages right here, and I've got good view all the way out to the road. I can see a good portion of the yard. Unfortunately, with the way this thing is mounted, I'm not able to get quite as close to the garage as I would like to be, but you know what? That's just gonna have to work. Okay, then from here, we'll step forward and see how long it takes for the doorbell camera to pick me up. Let's do a little bit of walking for this. We'll see what that's gonna take. Oh, there's something on the porch. I should grab that and take it in. But anyway, that pretty well wraps it up. Sorry, I know the lighting's bad. I guess that pretty well wraps up the install portion of this. Now, as far as the app goes, that's incredibly simple to use. It's pretty intuitive. I could walk you through it, but I'd have to go through and cover up, address and all of that other sort of stuff. So I'm probably not going to go through all that, but I will say it is one of the most intuitive apps on the market. They've got it separated, so that, this camera, this camera, this camera, you can name them. It's easy enough to go through and kind of draw a little polygon around where you want the motion activation to kick in at. You can adjust the sensitivity. I know with the light above our garage, I have that set to come on as I'm leaving to work. It does that automatically. And you can adjust the sensitivity to that as well. The notifications on the phone are working great, and we're really happy with it. And if I was gonna, of course, I don't have a lot of experience with some of the other stuff, but if I was gonna recommend something, I really think the Ring cameras, at least for the things that I've tried, man, that seems to be where it's at. So let me know, what do y'all use? And until next time, y'all be safe.